world's first nuclear reactor accident. Evidently, they did not see that one coming. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tyler Folsom, a nuclear engineer with a little over 10 years of experience in the commercial nuclear power industry. From engineering to operations to emergency response. I'm going to know everything there is nuclear, but I can certainly share some knowledge. Let's see.
It is July 1945, and all seems calm at Farm Hall, Godmanchester, England. Some new guests are at the house, and they are settling into what feels like a nice bit of English country luxury. The men, however, rather strangely for the time, being welcomed into the building, are German. And not just any Germans. They were, just a few years earlier, a vital part of the German war machine. So why are they in the relative luxury of their once enemy's countryside? Well, they are
the intelligence capture program to measure how far Germany got in nuclear physics at the time.
Enemy's countryside. Well, they are
the intelligence capture program to measure how far Germany got in nuclear physics at the time and whether the Allies were in danger of a German nuclear weapon.
Scientists, and they are prisoners of war. Clearly not all POWs after the fall of Germany in the Second World War were housed in such comfortable surroundings. They are to be interrogated by the British to try and find out what they had been up to during the past few years of the war. The men are known informally as the Uranium Club, and its lead was Werner Karl Heisenberg.
Now, Heisenberg was intellectually central, but there were actually multiple competing groups, not one unified command, which is one of the reasons why German nuclear work stalled during World War II. One of many, but every lab built its own prototype piles without collaboration or standardization, which would be unthinkable in modern nuclear engineering, and kind of surprised they even got as far as they did, which wasn't very far.
But we aren't here for a rundown of their 6-month interrogation at Farm Hall. We're actually here for a nuclear disaster.
This thing.
The first disaster involving a nuclear reactor in human history.
Calling this a reactor is being generous. But if he means reactor-like assembly, then sure. But this was not a criticality accident like the Demon Core or a lot of these early nuclear physics experiments. This was a thermochemical runaway, not a runaway chain reaction. So it wasn't due to a criticality issue or a reactivity excursion or power excursion like a lot of the rest of these early accidents were.
You see, the Uranium Club had been building a nuclear weapons program, and part of this was in...
Wonder if the Uranium Club was a term used by the British intelligence at the time.
A city called Leipzig. Today we're looking at the LV4 experiment disaster. My name is John, and welcome to Plainly Different, the German pursuit of nuclear. It's probably not a shock to anyone, but all of the major players in the 1930s were chasing the splitting of the atom, and Germany was no exception. This was unofficial.
Okay, yeah, I can understand, and hence the censoring in the initial title, why he's not going with the actual German flag in this time period.
Actually called the Uranium or Urane Project. Beginning not long after the discovery of nuclear fission in 1938 by Otto Franz Hitz-Strassmann, Lisa Meitner, and Otto Robert Thursch. The discovery would pave the way for nuclear power and atomic weapons. Happening just before the outbreak of the war, the discovery managed to make it to the United States. The German nuclear...
One of the key aspects of the uranium is that these first people to explain fission recognize that it released 200 MeV per fission, which is a key number that shows up in reactors today, and it's fundamental to predicting nuclear reactor behavior.
Efforts would quickly be stunted after the invasion of Poland, when men in the scientific community were pressed into service in the Wehrmacht.
Yes, there was loss of scientific personnel due to drafts, plus competing priorities. There was more
let's continue with this. I have dinner on on the desk, so I'm just gonna pause this, continue this.
Scientific research into rocket technology within Germany at the time, and there was a belief that nuclear weapons were not feasible within the war's timeline. So Germany didn't really misunderstand the physics back then, they misunderstood the industrial requirement.
But drafted scientists were moved to a German army-led nuclear weapons program in the Heereswaffenamt. The Germans' weapons program was split into 3 sections: the uranium machine, or also known as nuclear reactor development, which is the main focus for our video today, materials production, i.e. uranium and vital heavy water, and uranium isotope separation. However, the project was slated to take at least 5 years before any usable weapon could be created. And because of this, in 1942, the project was very fragmented, with each department doing its own research to its own set of goals.
Another key weakness. So modern reactor development requires national laboratory level infrastructure. Germany had small university labs at the time with improvised materials, and they lacked some key ingredients, such as graphite of sufficient purity to be an effective moderator, and enough heavy water to attempt to sustain reaction. Mainly because enrichments, and this was all fairly cutting edge technology, either the materials and the infrastructure. So the idea of trying to enrich any uranium or even enrich water to make it into heavy water or getting high purity graphite, it just didn't exist back then because it had no other reason to exist. Because you would only need that in the context of nuclear technology. It didn't really exist back then.
And in relative isolation from one another. In order to research potential critical assemblies, 4 uranium machines would be tested at the Physics Institute in the University of Leipzig. They would be named L1 to L4 and were built to Heisenberg's theoretical work and tested by Robert Doppel. The test reactors were spherical, again following Heisenberg's theory. At one point...
So I wouldn't go as far as to call these reactors. I'm okay with the term uranium machine, which was used back then, but these were subcritical assemblies, not reactors. They were designed to measure the neutron multiplication factor, or K-effective, which is a term that is still used today. And heavy water was the best moderator that was probably available to them at the time, and uranium oxide.
There was even another experimental pile at the University of Heidelberg. This was 4 tons of uranium oxide and 435 kilograms of water mixed in an earthenware vat.
So uranium oxide was used instead of metallic uranium due to shortages.
But that wasn't the only one. Another pile was also planned to be built in Berlin around 1940 and was designated the B pile. This was again a cylindrical shape, but was loaded with layers of uranium oxide, and interestingly having paraffin as its moderator. A chain reaction was not observed here, even when the uranium content was increased. Meanwhile, in Leipzig...
Yeah, they need better moderation.
Tests with the first 2 uranium machines, i.e. L1 and L2, were undertaken. These use uranium oxide and light water. On L1...
Light water, just standard water, H2O, with just the natural abundance of hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2, and hydrogen 3, meaning it's mostly hydrogen 1. Heavy water is enriched to being deuterium, or heavy hydrogen, which is more effective at slowing down neutrons to cause a fission reaction.
But 164 kilograms of heavy water was used in L2. L3 was assembled.
Oh, here we go. He even shows D2O, which is chemically the same as H2O, except a little heavier, but the deuterium is key in slowing down neutrons more. So yeah, it's probably the best moderator that was available to them at the time.
By Doppel, and used 160 kilograms of heavy water and 140 kilograms of uranium oxide in 2 layers within a 75 centimeter aluminium sphere. And again, no increase.
Aluminum was chosen because it's easy to machine into things like a sphere compared to steel or lead, and because it's low neutron absorption, less likely to interfere with the fission reaction.
In neutrons was found, but the Leipzig team continued on. And this leads us on to the LV 4.
So no neutron increase found. What he means by that is that does not mean the system was inert. It means K effective is less than 1, as in to say it's subcritical. So neutrons are going to die away faster than they multiply. They still multiply. It's called subcritical multiplication, and it can occur in a shutdown reactor. So multiplication still occurs, but it will not be self-sustaining. And in my opinion, if it's incapable of going critical, it's not a reactor. But it could eventually lead to the development of reactors. But in this design stage right here, they were subcritical assemblies. The whole point of this experiment was studying K effective. And you can do that without having a critical reactor.
Don't worry, we are getting closer to a disaster. L4. The next part of the project was the L4, and it began in May 1942. The L4 pile used the same sphere principle style.
Studying K effective, and you can do that without having a critical reactor.
Don't worry, we are getting closer to a disaster. L4. The next part of the project was the L4, and it began in May 1942. The L4 pile used the same sphere principle style, with pure uranium powder weighing at 750 kilograms.
Yeah, I'm just having dinner and then I will continue with the game. I only launched it and yeah, this is just something to listen to.
With 140 kilograms of heavy water.
Uranium powder is some spicy stuff, because uranium powder plus oxygen plus heat is pyrophoric. The material becomes self-heating, especially when packed in a confined vessel like that, because this thing isn't exactly a good example of ideal heat removal. Basically, they built a pressure cooker with pyrophoric fuel, so there's your risk.
These contents were placed within 2 aluminium hemispheres bolted together with a diameter of around 80 centimeters. The whole assembly was submerged in a bath of light water for neutron reflection and for a kind of biological shield. In the center of the assembly was a neutron
Water is a good shield against radiation
source injection channel, in which a beryllium starter source would be inserted. At the top of the reactor vessel, there was a vacuum. This allowed for thermal expansion of the heavy water. But those of you who have seen nuclear...
Alright, so this is probably the most hazardous design feature here, because that's a chemical hazard, because air is going to rush in when that vessel is open. And today, uranium powder is stored in an inert gas or vacuum and is never opened without establishing a nitrogen blanket to prevent it from interacting with air.
Reactor-based videos on the channel before might have noticed something a little bit absent. That is any form of radioactivity control, if a chain reaction were ever to take place.
So that's true, no control rods, but this isn't a reactor. A chain reaction could not occur. It could not go critical with the materials they had. But yeah, that's true and definitely weird that they didn't have any reactor trip function, no absorption injection system, and yes, modern reactors have control rods, neutron absorbers such as boric acid, shutdown margins, which this thing did have, but I don't know how robust their calculations were, or if it had a requirement of how much the vessel is shut down. And what shutdown margin means is how far away you are from criticality. That is to say, you have so much more control rod equivalents such as boric acid or some other form of neutron absorber, such that if there was a way to add positive reactivity somehow, you're still going to be shut down by a sufficient margin. There's also no passive safety. Again, I know this was a physics experiment and not a reactor, but with modern radiation protection, I get where he's coming from of having a thing that bakes neutrons that has subcritical multiplication without any form of reactivity control. A spent fuel pool is analogous to this because it's not a reactor. You can't take it critical. However, it is borated with a sufficient concentration of boric acid in order to maintain that shutdown margin. So it is impossible, even if you were to add reactivity somehow, such as, say, diluting boric acid or something, then it still has a sufficient margin that it would not go critical.
Thus, there was no real way to shut down the pile if it got started. During the 20 or so days that the L4 was active, the scientists noticed that the pile was beginning to emit more neutrons at the pile's surface than just what the source itself would have emitted.
And this isn't like a power meter, it would be, you look at neutron detectors. They would tell you this information.
It looked like the pile was starting to work. However, scientists working on the pile saw bubbling water at the top seal, and this was hinting at a potential leak. This was June the 23rd of 1945. Operators were ordered to open up the pile, bearing in mind that the reactor had no criticality controls. When the pile was opened up, air was sucked in from the...
So before they do this, all right, so bubbles at the surface, possibly the neutron multiplication factor could have upticked a little bit, showing neutron moderation and reflection increases, but it was still nowhere near criticality. However, any unexplained increase in counts on a sealed heavy water sphere with uranium powder in it should have been seen as a red flag. But them opening this, man,
vacuum
no.
at the top of the pile. The air, most notably the oxygen in the air, reacted with the hydrated uranium powder. Quickly, the mixture ignited, and temperatures within the pile sped up to nearly 1,000 degrees centigrade.
Okay, so opening the pile, the defining mistake. Opening a sealed, potentially heated, oxygen-sensitive uranium system, you might as well be opening a glowing charcoal grill full of magnesium dust. If you suspect heat, pressurization, or reactivity, you need to treat the vessel as live until proven otherwise. But yeah, 1000 C, yep, once uranium dust ignites, the reaction is very self-sustaining and extremely hot. Kind of like a thermite reaction. Now we're talking chemical reaction here. We're not talking fission or prompt criticality or anything like that. Now that doesn't mean there's not a radiological hazard, because it can come from this uranium oxide aerosolizing. Yeah, you get something that's radioactive and it can contaminate the air. It can contaminate the water. And it...
Well, if he says it's like thermite reaction, then that's pretty bad because that's used for welding.
can lead to a loss of inventory of the water, because the water is an effective shield, whether it's heavy water or light water, as far as radiation is concerned.
This ended up boiling the water inside the sphere and the light water reflector. A massive self-deconstruction of the pile followed, shooting boiling water and...
Self-deconstruction, that is perfect post-event report root cause analysis engineering term. Well done. The word explosion isn't used very often. It's things like self-deconstruction, thermal event, thermal runaway, reactivity transient, things like that.
burning uranium powder up into the air by several meters. Multiple smaller explosions and fires would continue on for 2 more days after the accident, in doing so destroying the building and the pile that was situated within it.
So, a steam flashover combined with uranium oxidation, or a pressure cooker bursting while filled with molten metal and corrosive steam. So, yeah, a chemical accident.
Human cost is very vague. Reportedly, no one was killed by the accident, although some other reports have had the death toll up to 4. One thing that is certain, though, is that the event probably caused longer-term conditions from the exposure. Although...
Sure, yeah, likely something like this. Probably no immediate fatalities, but it's probably going to be some long-term radiation exposure, considering these guys were standing right next to the whole thing. Definitely major material loss, because heavy water was extremely scarce back then.
Tracking this is next to impossible due to the historical period. But the damage to the German weapons program was much further reaching.
I mean, it's 1945 at this point. That war is pretty much over. You can argue the turning point had already passed a while before then.
The aftermath. Now, the explosion was not just the loss of the pile, but a loss of the very valuable uranium and just as vital heavy water. It would set back the disjointed program. The pile experiments at Leipzig were cancelled. Instead, further pile experiments would take place at the Berlin campus. But although a catastrophic, unexpected uranium conflagration, the L4 had proved that net neutron production could be achieved in the German project.
Yeah, though they kind of already knew that even back then. Heisenberg's theory and earlier subcritical assemblies have demonstrated that proof of concept. What this did prove was they still lacked the proper materials for criticality. Oh, and they had a bunch of holes in their experimental safety procedures and processes and engineering.
The efforts in Berlin would be continued to be wasted by the German war to turn against it. Another experimental pile, the Hagelot research reactor, did achieve a chain reaction from neutron bombardment of uranium, but it did not achieve criticality. This happened just...
Again, subcritical multiplication. L4 and none of these other experiments were anywhere close to critical. None of these were.
Just in the closing days of World War II. The German nuclear reactor program would abruptly end when US soldiers ended up turning up and deconstructed and shipped off the reactor to the USA for investigations towards the end of April 1945. Now this leads us back to Farm Hall in England between the 1st of May and 30th of June 1945. Many of the higher up ranking scientists of the German nuclear program had been captured. 10 were transferred to the UK for interrogations. During this time, the world's first nuclear reactor disaster came to light, as the scientists were bugged at Farm Hall and their conversations were overheard. Interestingly, they were very ignorant to the US nuclear program, as when they were told of the more successful deployment of atomic weapons over Japan, many showed complete disbelief. They were...
Yeah, their estimates were off because they assumed bomb-grade uranium would require tons of isotope separation rather than mere kilograms. And they grossly underestimated the feasibility of large-scale industrial enrichment. So, yeah, these guys would be surprised.
A long way off building a nuclear weapon. But at least they did get one first in nuclear history. And although this would not, as we all know, be the last nuclear...
All right, let's start. I'm just gonna click a few things over here. Okay, good to go. Now, let me grab some music. Index 11 was not where I left off. By the time I click it, it's over. Okay. Good to go. Where are you? You are still in Gleba? Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, I noticed. Oh, I'm not here yet. Okay. Okay. Let me actually hold up. Maybe let's go volcanoes. I'm gonna first go volcanoes. Let me see volcanoes, how we are doing over here. Okay. I'm just gonna go grab some stuff and I'll be right there. Oh shoot, I forgot about something. Well, bummer. Maybe we will find a way how to fix that on the volcanoes instead. So, grab myself to volcanoes. Do I have? I do have spider trim with me. That's the backup solution here. Yeah, it has drones. What to fix? Blueprint. Blueprint I want to use on Gleba. I wanted to fix it ideally on Nauvis, but doesn't matter. Let's try on Volcanus instead. Sorry for that. I mean, if you want, I can send some platform to pick you up from Gleba. That's also an option. But possibly you have stuff to do anyway, even on Gleba. There's a shitload of stuff to pick up and what's not. So I can give you a task if you want. So there's the long-term plan is that there is a roboports. Okay. There are roboports basically going towards the brewing grounds for the trees. And the idea is that you can put active provider chests and they can send stuff through the robots network. Of course, you can put it also on a belt, but that's like, I don't know what is faster right now. I think that it's easier to have it through the robots, so you don't actually spend spend space for belts. And that way you will save some space on the area where you can actually plant trees. That was the main logic why I decided to go robots for that. I don't know if it's of a concern, in fact, or if it's just an over-engineering of the solution. But for now, that's the idea there. So that's why there is one line of roboports going to each of those agriculture towers on each side. Obviously, the other side is a little bit destroyed because, you know, we were having parties. But it is what it is. Now, when it comes to Fulgora, I want to improve the sorter thing here so that it works better, future-proofing it a little bit. And that will probably take some time, so there's that. How much ammo do I actually have on the boat? 200. Could possibly have more though. Yeah, the only problem with that overall plan is that when they start harvesting the trees, they harvest all of the trees. And thus far we don't have the capacity to consume all of them. And I don't know if we can just get the red wire. We can actually enable disable, so that would work. Yeah, that could work. We could control it with a wire and with a circuit. And that could stop it from collecting the trees. Yeah, that could be an option. Most of the time. Huh? Fighting most of the time? Why? No, the automation would deliver it to where it's needed, and then it's processed automatically. Oh, that part. Yeah, the eggs. True. But that is what we get to after we finish the science crops. In a degree. Okay, so let me change this thing for... Where is it? Now, do I have... that's a no. That's also no. This is the usual stuff. Okay. Give me the... Give me that. Wow, that was very fast. I also consume steel by a bunch. Wow, that's crazy consumption. I don't have. That's wild. No and no. Oh, shit. I wanted to change this a little bit. Whatever, let me pick this up. Seriously? Okay, so what is making that thing? These two. Give me that. And also I wanted to fix the belt while I'm here. There it is. Oh, science. We have so much science, it's not even funny. Oopsie. Maybe I should send Aria towards... Oh, we still have problem with Fulgora. We need the science from that one as well. Oh, that's a bummer. Oopsie.
WizzyBot says, uptime 33 minutes 52 seconds.
Oh, power went down? Yeah, power went down a bit. Okay. Anyway, let me start this. Six, 47. How much it stacks? Rocket capacity is 50. Okay, so I can give at least one stack. Wait, what? Oh, it's automatic. Right. Let's deliver that. Oh, they are not making any. That's so sad. Another stuff to do there. You guys are working, but the problem is you are outputting everything, so there's a limit. No mineable resources, that's fine. There's what, 2000? There's only 300 left, okay. So, Cedric, you have that. Okay, so you go to Vulcanus. I'm gonna load you up with stuff. Let me try to recycle this a bit. Perfecto. Now we're gonna just tag in some change, so let me set that stack up. The change we can safely deposit here for now. I don't need this. I don't need the other stuff either. I could also get rid of this. But no, that's good. Anything else I want to make? Probably no. Okay, so if we fix this, and you don't have power because the grid is in recess. I mean, can I just change the setting? I could. You guys don't have a condition, okay. What do I want to do here? I mean, I could do just this and this and tell you guys to be only enabled when there is it's over 9,000. Let's put it like that. So area is on the way, and I want to make sure that I will stop it before it goes back for some reason. What's good? I could also grab some coal, that is a good idea too. From here. I could also play with our neighbors in the meantime. Anyway, let me open up, let me tell you what to do. Each level 2, okay. I don't know how much was that. 10 stacks, okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, yeah. There we go. We could perhaps load some science up as well. What is the holdup though? Oh, we are missing the blue circuits. Oopsie. I mean, I could drop some from Alf. From what it's worth. Should I put more robots down here so that they can charge? Look at them go. Yeah, that should help with the rocketry. I need those blue circuits. Look at the robots running to the charging stations. Where's my drink of the evening? Okay. How far away you are? 5,000 kilometers, okay. No blue circuits left. Yeah. I should probably finish the other ships so they can run for some cargo. How are we with the oil processing over here? 2K, 15K, 24K. That's actually... What are you set to? 8,000. It's fuzzy interstellar operation. Well, yeah, that's what the DLC is all about, I would say. No? Wouldn't you agree? Okay, where's this thing going here? And this going here. Right. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I'm too far from this. So what happens if you... Oh. Does it help though? I wonder. If that helps. The speed at least. maybe it does help. With the speed. No, but I think there is actually a degradation of speed. Even if you walk over this one when you don't have the mech suit. So there is also that as a variable. You know. Oh, is it here? Oh, warrior is here. I mean, I could put it to manual, so I can keep sending rockets there. Let's send another one. There, and let's was it this one? Yeah. My aims is out of this world, really. So now it's construction robots again. But sometimes it's the logistic robots that are actually delivering this stuff, so it's like interesting. It really depends on what is being delivered, or what's the reasoning there? Also, I should just leave it sit so I can actually go off the planet afterwards. Anyway. So, the blueprint. Yeah, that's the problem. There's a good spot, or there is a good spot as well, I suppose. Maybe there is best spot. Yeah, let's go there. Can I get some cliff explosives? No. Oh, that's a bummer. Why not? What are you missing? You're missing grenades. Those were the things that I was making. I have some. Yeah, I could give you some. Make me some cliffs. Yeah. What does it require again? It was just this. So sorry, this. And I just need that. So that should be somewhat here, or I can just grab it from the belt. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Oh my god. Ah, my aim. Yeah, at least one full inventory. That works. What is this stone doing in here? Do I have a way to dispose of this? I'm fine. Why? What do you mean what's free? What was the context I missed out? I don't know at this point. Okay. How is it going over there? Oh, you're recycling the usual stuff, I see. You can get rid of some iron into the blue and red, but I don't know if it's a science, if we're gonna do it on the Gleba planet. Or if we're just gonna bring it by the platforms. That's still a question to be seen. But for now, when it comes to Gleba, I did put at least the green and red to be made, and there are some chests that you just fill with iron or copper plates, and then it will do stuff. And that's it for now. Now I'm missing this thing, so let me grab it over here. Let me mark my grenades. Grenade! Grenade! I don't even know what was the movie. It was probably some blockbuster movie where the German just starts screaming grenade. That's where I got this from. Oh. Oh, that happens. Oh, we have some grenades. Let me throw them over here. What are you missing this time? Now you're missing explosives as well, so I turned off on that first, so no, that's fine.
Hey chat, conditional shooters was banned. Thought you should know.
Thank you. Come again. Alright, trash slots are ignoring me. Where do I dispose of the stone? I just throw it away on this planet, right? Can I do that myself? I should be able to do that myself. Oh yeah, it works. Anyway, what the hell? Conditional shooters. Okay, that was the name. It was actually a nice name. Too bad it's kind of sad, not gonna lie. Anyway, shit happens, I suppose. Let me throw you the coal in here, or let me throw you some of this plates, so you can work out the details on your own. And I can also throw some steel in there. Where's this and this? Let me fill that and that, and let me throw that and that in there. Perfect. Oh, we are low on power here. Okay, that's why it's being charged. What's the switch if it's below or equal 1? Well, it happens, I suppose. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't fix the blueprint yet. Okay, I'm sending up the science again, because that's kind of easy, and then I want also this to be sent up. There we go. And that was the area, right? Yep, area still has plenty of room. So deliver it to there. This is still gonna take a little while. Okay, I'll take that back. It's funny that you have to, or ideally you want to automate everything, but before you get there, you will send so many ships without actual automation. But at the point when you automate it, it's basically you're almost done with the game, or at least with the part before going to Aquilo. Anyway, fun stuff. So we have more grenades over here. Throw them in here. Oh, we have an excess. No, give me the grenades back. Get another and give me like, I don't know, 800 is the maximum. Let's go for that. That's so true, yeah. Oh shoot. Give me that there, give me that there, give me that there. 108, yeah, okay. The power is getting drained like crazy. Anyway, let me slowly go over here so I can try to play with the blueprint a little bit. That's a good area to work with, hopefully. So let me grab this one. Oh, I forgot to turn off the rubber parts. So let me turn that off. Let me try again. There we go. Now. This is nice and all. Now let me open this one and this one. I want to make a new blueprint from this. Right. Let me save that, I guess. Then we can do the same for all the other ones, which is 6 huge 6S. What is there for 3S? Oh my gosh, yeah, all of them are basically the same thing. Is it the same, just smaller footprint? 465 and this is 480. Oh, 6S4, 3S4, okay, yeah. Why don't I try the 3S4? That's a good question. Anyway, are you sure you want to undo this action? Yes, undo this action, thank you. Let me see on Gleba. I had this nice location somewhere here. Albeit now there's some power poles which might not be required. Oh, now that the pumps are missing on this blueprint, it's gonna be a little bit tougher, not gonna lie. I like how that's all the changes. Okay, well, can you show me in a way that electric pole in the way, cannot build on pink marsh. Why are all of them red? They should be. Oh, they don't have the foundations probably. Cannot build on light dead skin marsh. What the hell is? What are these arrows? Yeah, I need a small mass of water somewhere. It will be tricky to find a location, but it should work. Let me go back here and let me just send it to area again and 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 again. Yeah, so it has to be built on top of water. That's the main prerequisite for that. That makes it easier because otherwise you will have to bring the water from whatever corner there is water. I need to restart. Ah, what makes you think that's the case? I'll see, I'm just gonna go back. I already adjusted the blueprint I was interested in adjusting. Okay, so let me get rid of most of this stuff. I didn't actually use the cliff explosives, so anyhow. Wind finger 245, 245. Yeah, that will fit. No problem. Oh, I have some ammunition as well. Oh, there goes that. Let me give me that ammunition. Maybe I will just throw it somewhere here. 66, 64. Okay, will be soon. DM. Can also make some buildings. How much can I fit? 25. This is just 10. I mean, sounds good to me. So I need some pipes. Give me some pipe. What else you need? You need steel, huh? I don't have much of that. Unless I go here. There we go. Oh, it is. My God, that is extreme consumption of copper. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of copper. Let me throw this pipe over here back. Let me grab this. Oh, oops, well, that happens. Okay, well, that consumed almost everything. Is it lucky for me? No, it's not lucky for me. Should it be lucky for me? She left me. Classic. Oh, 12. Let me see how's Arya doing. Forgot about that. Let me fix that. Automatic request. Automatic request. Let's go that way. You are. Last time I checked, you are not named game. What? What's that supposed to mean? You are not named game. Huh? Richard is thinking I'm unstable. Go figure. Ah. I have no idea. Oh, this should potentially go to full cap. There's 21,000 science on that planet. What is fulgurating? It currently have problem with stone. And possibly the other things. I could use some blue circuits, not gonna lie. Shush. Now it's the Steam, 16K. Okay. Now, what are we looking at when it comes to science? What are we? Every 2 minutes, like now or before you reconnected? Okay, interesting. Let's see why it should do that. Okay, well, science-wise, we can finish that science.
Uptime 1 hour 10 minutes 15 seconds.
Do I have any grenades with me? That is a no. Okay. So you're just sucking up the power, eh? But yeah, that's... Let me see, I could start dropping stuff slowly but gradually. Remove this and that. Truck. Okay. Now that I'm done with the dinner train, what do I bring next? Yes, that's the spirit. Oh, you left me again. Classic. Let's see, what do I need? I need these. And this. Oh, there was also ammunition in there, okay. And this would be nice, and this would be nice. Yay. I have some repair kits, I do have some repair kits. Throw you some of these. I do have gears. Sure, I can take that. No, I could afterwards check if it's not my side though. Where was the rest? Let's take it over here and here. There we go. These are full, okay. Alright, so now the question is, do I want to build small or big? We could also build big over there. Let me first run around the base while I wait. I mean, not actually waiting, whatever. Yeah, let me go. This. Also, so that I can clean up stuff. Do I have robots? I do have plenty. 14 wood. And what is this? Let's see. Oh, right. No. Oh, my headset is not happy about battery charge. Okay, let me finish my round around the property. Let's see. Sounds like a network issue. It's like, you know, if you'd turn off the stream if it works better. And when you are watching the stream, it doesn't work that great. Well, it probably should be local because your internet is quite decent to be able to sustain that. Then again, we are not talking about a household with just one person. Still lagging, okay. Then let's assume it might be my end. Do some small changes over here. Tell me if that helped. Oh yeah, I just saw you lag for a sec there. Okay. Are you still lagging though? That's the first question. Whatever, I'm just gonna dispose of that. Dispose of that here. And there. And just dispose of this like that. And go out over here. So are you still lagging right now? Is that what I'm supposed to get? Never not responding. Yes. Okay, let me do some checks on my end. Oh, that's receive, not send. Okay. Oh. Yeah, my sending is not saturating it even by a long shot. I mean, I do have a smaller pipe here that is 100 megabit inside my network, and my internet is 300/300 up and down. So internet should not be the case. The smaller pipe in here that I have, kind of like a limit, but it's more like a hardware limit. I'm not reaching that cap either in terms of how much traffic I'm sending. And this other thing should be on a separate Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's on a separate Wi-Fi, so that should not come into play for that smaller pipe. I don't see why it should do that. By router, you mean the closest Wi-Fi hotspot you have to you, or like the router with the internet? Because I know that the network you have at the house is a little bit specific. Is your desktop PC actually using a cable or Wi-Fi? But still, it shouldn't have happened though. It's weird. What are other members of your family doing? They are watching some Netflix on 2 TVs or something? You don't have to, like, you know, ask them what they're doing, just look around. She's using Wi-Fi, it happened last 20 minutes, okay. Well, I did boot this PC today. The uptime is probably a couple of hours, so that could have been a factor because we are talking Windows. It's almost 8 hours uptime. But I don't think it should play that big of a factor. I know. Yeah, probably let's try the router first. Who knows? Maybe when you reboot the router, it will be like everyone in the family will start screaming, "What's with the internet?" and you will know who else was using it. Yeah, good luck. That's why, you know, some people are thinking of like redundancies or stuff. But yeah, it really depends. Alright, so how is Novice? Novice is scienting. Okay, cool. It's working on our problem. Is there a cap? There's a cap. There is no cap, but that's fine. There are caps. There are caps. Cool. What is this stray robot doing here? Ah, that's what you're doing. I see. So, what exactly is the problem here? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The belt is full. That's why it's stuck. Right. Okay, well, I have all the equipment I need to start playing with the power problem. Let's see what we do with that. So I can try either this. Oh, yes, that's what I was looking for. Or I could try with the bigger picture. The only problem with the bigger picture is I'm a little bit screwed on the water thing. I think I'm gonna put the smaller one here. That sounds like a better fit, not gonna lie. The auto-include in love is inconsistent with buildability rules of some offshore pump. No, I have to redo this again. Okay, well, that's a bummer. I need some mass of land that is free of obstruction. Really? Was that an ad just now? YouTube? Hello? Yeah, that's the mass I'm looking for. Do I have some explosives? I need cliff explosives. Gimme. We don't have any? Oh shit. Aria, are you full? Yes, you are. Go to Gleba, please. And bring me some stuff that I need for this cliff explosives business. And in meantime, well, I will not do anything about these. Going out and dog road rest. You can't call me. Anyway, what am I looking for is... Oh yeah. Bring me the goods.
I might not have much with calling, but let's see. I turn
YOLO.
off the server not responding.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try do something on my end then.
Is there something I can do on my end?
Now let's just try to restart the game. I saved it
Right?
and it's looking very promising given the UI just froze.
It did work for me.
Okay, well it started responding again. Steam day. Let's give it another spin.
Okay. Start game on your end and let me know so I can join.
Sure, it's in process.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
So that blueprint, you wanted to put it on water, but is the
Yes,
water you were putting it on consider a deep enough water in the game mechanic?
I don't think there's anything about how deep the water is for that. You can try. Let's request some stuff.
Think. And watching the demos of different games.
See what the network says now. Did I set a limit on the speed of the game? I guess. It's definitely not saturating the uplink.
Listen,
Local
it
one.
cannot be something you've done before the game because the beginning of the game was okay.
Oh, graphics
Let me
control.
check it.
UI scale. There was maybe something about network.
It's still a little bit laggy, but I didn't get to. Oh, yeah, it's just laggy for some reason.
Interesting.
No servers, no server respond yet.
Wait until I start
Oh,
moving.
I'm jumping. I'm jumping between places.
Wait, what if I open blueprints? Is it now laggy?
Server
No?
not responding.
Now. It was.
It was server not responding.
Okay, and now it's better again?
No, server not responding.
Still, okay. What did you do
Again.
to the server? It doesn't like you.
I don't get it. I was playing that game quite well, like, at the beginning.
Yeah.
CPU okay, memory okay, Wi-Fi okay-ish.
I mean, mine is also fine. This is not like I'm running a VR, so yeah, it's definitely okay-ish.
Listen, I've run VR through your setup, being
True.
on my PC, so that internet can handle it, and it's not the first time we are playing that game.
True. Yeah,
So
it's
whatever is
reach.
Whatever is happening, it's possibly on my end, maybe. But how to notice that?
Start pinging your router. Probably the first thing I would try. Like ping -t and then the IP of the router. That is like the ISP provided router, and see what times you get. Whether they're jumping up or not. So let's say 129.168.101. Now I'm wired, so for me it's like a millisecond, even though it's going over my entire network here.
Server not responding with the game. That's like.
You think it might be like some Steam issue or cloud issue? Yeah, for
Whatever
me.
happened in the last 20 minutes. So give me a second. I'll check if someone from my family started something, maybe. Although they are not playing computer games.
Well, it doesn't have to be computer games. But from what I remember, you have decent internet. You have what, 500 or what is the speeds up and down?
I mean, I know I can slow the TV by downloading the bigger game, but I'm not doing that right now. I'll be right back.
Oh. Yeah, that is my router here. The other one is like twist out. Even though I'm using this USB dongle that is 100 megabit. I forgot what's the router. It probably has gigabit ports. It wouldn't make sense if it wouldn't. Yeah. Huawei. Oh, the cables are not exactly long. Okay, well, I'm sure I have the model number written somewhere. I'll have to look from the other side. Yeah,
So nothing from no one from my family actually deals with anything suspicious.
Meaning that they don't see any issues, or they are not using internet.
They are not using it to, for example, download these very big files, and they don't have the worsened experience right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check. Maybe if I have it for like normal stuff. Okay, what's normal stuff, by the way? Speed-wise, wow, this is no.
Huh?
Wow. Okay, I've never seen that kind of a speed on that internet.
Meaning that it's low or that it's okay?
High, higher than usual.
Okay.
I turned off the game though, so maybe I'll check it with the game in. Yeah, it's wow. No,
Yeah, then
let's start the game.
it does make sense. It shouldn't have a reason to be bad experience. to begin with.
Downloading the map. It is weird because if it was something that you experience as well, maybe we've reached some limit on the maps, but no, you are not experiencing that.
Did they update the game?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there was an update that was October 30. Now it's 1 month later, so I don't think so.
We played the game since that.
Yeah, that's weird.
And let's see.
Yeah, I saw you just lag for a second.
It is still laggy.
What is the time? 1 hour 10.
Server not responding. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could still try to continue, but I'm not sure if I'll be any help with fighting
That's
in
okay.
that kind of a...
We're not planning to do any fighting right now.
Okay.
And eggs I can deal with on my own. That comes to show.
It's almost every time server not responding.
That's weird. Now let me go over here. This was a decent area. Farms. Let's put that in.
Yeah, I guess I'll switch to viewing mode. There's like no way of playing it for me.
Okay.
Not responding.
That's
Responding.
quite sad.
I know.
mean, I can try to swap the microphone as well, because that's probably the only other difference, but that should not play any role.
It never was that kind of a thing. Maybe Steam had some problem. How to check that?
Mm,
Uh,
Where did I not reach this one? Enable. Wow.
it's okay. Yeah, I can hear you. La, meow. Yeah, it's still server not responding.
Okay, that's better. Let me try to switch to default.
Uptime 1 hour 43 minutes 36 seconds.
Wouldn't be weird if it would be OBS causing the issue. Speaking of
But
which,
that would affect you as well if it's OBS.
no one responding. Yeah. So you have 315 and 312 and ping is 2. Yeah, that's almost possibly what I could speed test on my end, I suppose.
But that was the speed without the game started. That was the old tab where the game was not there. I'll switch to view mode for 15 minutes, and we'll see if that helps after some time.
Okay. Was this the time? No, it was a phase earlier.
Interesting. It is actually having the loading time in Twitch as well. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, let me YouTube you. Okay, let's see. Meow.
I was like, why is the time so off?
What specifically?
Nothing. I pressed play again in most of the stuff, and you know, aside Twitch, all the other stuff is like, yeah, let's play where you left off. And Twitch is like, no, let's do live again, as usual. So that was the
The funny thing is,
inconsistency
Twitch was actually having some lagging as well. I don't see that right now on YouTube though.
Twitch seems to be working. I mean, there's no delay, but aside that kind of expected aspect of the things.
Oh, thank you for dealing with those cliffs.
Oh yeah, don't worry. We will basically remove all of them eventually. It's just a matter of time, I guess.
So, what's the plan for this thing then?
Well, first I need
The
to
power source?
adjust this silly Brooklyn a little bit. Let me turn the drop apart. Yes, I know. And let me make that new version without the bumps. Save. Now let me see what the trade issue is. Let me also undo. So you are complaining, oh, that you cannot reach that. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Mhm. No, no, you will not catch me. You will not catch me. See, I told you. No, 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 no.
I'm like, what the hell are you running from? Okay. Okay.
It's my trash, not yours. My trash. My trash. Just some little things in my way. Oh, I have
You have
some
to
of
enjoy
this.
those, yes.
Some of this, so I can put that in here because that is unexpected.
I mean, just imagine in real life you are being chased by 25 big flying robots.
Wait,
I would run as well.
what is they called? It's not robots, just drones. Drones. Yeah, drones is better term.
I mean, is that going to help? Like, if like small army of drones is following you, wouldn't you run too? I mean, hypothetically.
I actually found that there's this nice graph.
What specifically?
It says science production information. I would say it's more like science consumption information because it's about finishing the science.
Yeah, you might be correct.
Maybe it depends on the angle for that item. That's a free angle.
That's nice. Numbers.
Yeah, given that we have what 9 and 9, 18, 18 labs here, and there is no modules in them.
So what big science we have to do?
I mean, but this one is just to fill up for the next one. We have something that requires the agriculture, and then this last one. This last one is also a little bit science found already. But it's not actually going to be a priority. Let's see over here. Can I maybe just grab a landfill? Let me grab landfill first.
Do you have a little bit of landfill?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I thought I saw a little bit.
Okay, now. Okay. That is that. Like this. somewhat like this, and this is all water, I'm assuming. This is all Gucci, there's only this little herb. Okay, now somewhere in between here I need to fit this. So let me stand somewhere here as a guide. Where is the top? Top is over there. Why is it red? Because I'm standing there? Probably. See how this works. Oh, there's also some robots going from there, okay. Oh, oh. Yeah, about that. That's not great. Where can I move it? Can move it somewhere here or here, perhaps. Yeah, maybe let's do that instead. That's good plan. I did forgot about these. Not here. Let's try to move to another location. Why do I have less than 100 landfill now? Do we consume so much landfill? Just on that small spot?
Oh, you can get the landfill back. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, that's something that changed with the VLC, I believe. Or maybe it was just the version that they updated, but now it's possible. Okay. So since I'm not using this microphone anymore, cut that off. And now, which kind of a puddle are we gonna use?
Less fishy one. This look like a fun paddle.
Okay, now this is probably too small. This is also too small. This might be sufficient. There's power poles. These ones I could possibly remove. Let's see. I need it to fit in here. There's this burp. I can remove that. I don't know if it's big enough. There's this one that's looks a bit bigger. But then again, the plant is also not exactly small. And it's not gonna fit even with the 3S. Is that? Maybe let's try to narrow it down then.
Good luck.
Like this. Let's see if it will be capable of fitting within this space. Yeah, it's not fitting. It's too small. Need something bigger. Funny that the color seems like this is all water, but it is not water here.
What about the deeper water then? Do you have enough landfill for that?
What do you mean, this on the right?
Uh-huh.
Well, if we want to like a mega power plant, sure, we could possibly go for that. Mega giga theta power plant. That
Okay,
would be
so you have a name for
like,
that power plant already,
like
yeah.
an overkill plant. Yeah, let me look that up. You said bigger, deeper, okay? Yeah, so do we want 6S or do we want 3S? Probably 6S. Where does the water end and where does it start?
You came prepared.
What the hell? Is it really that big? It seems like. Well, the problem is finishing the build. Be fun too.
Okay, what
Because
do you mean?
that's just a draft. I never actually tested this power plant that you see here. And also that's just mainly the one side, and you know you can basically chain to the other side here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the smaller ones are kind of easier to start with. Let's go with the smaller one, but let's pick where we want to put it. I mean, here would be a nice spot. The only problem is that there's also the garden right next to it.
And
Maybe
that's not a water though, right?
That is actually water there. And maybe there is another place over here. This is not small enough, but this one. Yeah. Why is this spot? Sure.
It's nice that you can do that with the blueprint over the map.
Maybe here we could put it, but this is not the water.
I think we tested
This
that
is
one.
definitely bigger, massive water there. I think this is a good spot. We could go for that. And it's far away from everything. So where are we in this thing? Yes, headset, I know. Try maybe also here. Why did it not cross my mind? Can you give me a map view? That could actually work as well. Why isn't it? And since I don't want this robot to... Okay, so what did happen?
Starting small.
Hmm. Oh, now the only thing that we need to do is grab non-existent landfill, yeah. So we have everything here. This is turned off because we do not have power. Please make it. Oh wait, actually, this is silly. I could just use these stupid stones. And same goes for this one. And shoot. Cycle scheme. So why don't they cheat anymore? We can do that. We just find these. Okay, let's see
Yeah.
what it does.
Still server not responding.
Okay. Oh. So question is, do I have optional company 4? So that's why it doesn't work. Must have changed something, that's for sure. Yeah, move these and these. And then it could possibly work. Of course, I don't have any landfill anymore. Again and again and again.
I still am on
Can I
the server not
build?
responding part.
Oh, I still can't build on that. Is it really just here that's the problem, or what's the problem? Can you go here? Why not here?
Cannot build on the marsh, so the water is too shallow.
I think so.
It's writing there that it cannot.
I mean, I can place it here, no problem.
Is there a specific marsh there?
Oh wait, I know what I need. Okay, maybe that's what the reason. That's what they changed, possibly. Okay, what do I need? More rocks. What else?
So what was the issue?
I need to place it on the land. If you will look over here, when I try to place the pump in this one, right? You can see the red boxes where I can place the pump, right? And you can
Just give
see,
YouTube a little bit of moment to sync up.
and you can see that I can place it where this heat exchanger is. But I need to place it in front of the heat exchanger.
Okay.
So I need possibly, because if I cancel the build mode, you will see that the heat exchanger is on the piece of land soil or landfill. But the place where I want to put it is not having the landfill, so I possibly need to put the landfill in there before it lets me put it there. That's the theory.
That should be easy to check.
Yeah, that should be easy. Do we have any?
By the way, when I was walking from up, my robots built some pipes on the blueprint you are not working on. So grab some items from there.
What do you mean I'm not working on?
There's another blueprint up.
Oh, this one, right. Yeah, that's not a big deal. I can just mark it like that, and then I will just walk there. No problem. Okay. So let me go and quickly grab that. Not that it matters much. Oh, there's also dirt here. So let's test our theory. Yep, that does work. Yeah, there. Okay, so I have some of the pumps ready to go, ready to rock. I need more landfill. And more of these things, so maybe I'm just gonna do like this, and that way I will recoup some of the material. Oh, okay. So That's Gucci. Not here. Okay. Grab these as well. This is a problem. Okay. Well, how many steam turbines do I need and how many do I have? 6, 12, 13. Why do I don't have more here? That's what I want to know. No idea. There's some over here. I could possibly make some.
You're going to need it anyway, right?
Yeah, copper and gears. We have plenty of copper. Do we have enough of exchangers? No, we still need some exchangers, assuming that the dirt is below them. Yeah, so we need some heat exchangers. Yeah, we can do that. Let's start with those. And then we need some of these. So let me grab some of this real quick. Let me grab some steel and some pipes. Okay, you can make some another set of pipes. Then for this one I need also gears. Give me some gears. Uh, what are you missing? You're missing more pipes? But I gave you all the pipes I had. Is still some of them from here. There's 9 heat exchangers. And I have 12 steam turbines, so let's place those down. That's it. We have steam turbines. So there's landfill missing, got it. And I don't have heat exchangers, so I still need like 12 plus of those. And possibly some storage tank. Where is that supposed to be? It's supposed to be somewhere. So that's supposed to be here. You are supposed to make a storage tank. Yeah, you are. Maybe I'll fresh out of those. I'm gonna let you work on pipes. Maybe I could commission you for that task. Let me just grab these first. And you are putting it in here. So let me drop that. Ah. Okay, well that's a way to go, I guess. So let me enable this and you're working on that first. Let me give you the rest. Oh, and now you need this and plates. Okay, let me give you the plates. Let me give you some of that steel. You do have some steel left to play with. Give me these 3 stacks, you work on that. Someone is already building, that's great. We should have plenty of that, so let me step this up and we need more pipes. Give me pipes. Two, 4, and 3, 4. Oh, you know those. Give me some steel. I have 15, that should be plenty. And we
So
are at
what
the
source
dirt,
of the
dirt problem.
so what source of power you plan to use on that power plant?
That's fairly simple. We grab this and we also grab one here. We can decommission this. Oh yeah, where is the dirt at? Like, the dirt, 43. See how it goes when I get back here. Okay. This is the thing that is inserting, so that should be your answer right there. 4 stacks, 4 stacks, and then reserve. That's your answer.
Okay,
Let me put that somewhere
makes sense.
here.
Uptime 2 hours 19 minutes 57 seconds.
Taking some more. Two. How are we? We are at 1. 11k of steam. That should last us long enough for this job. Oh, here we go. Now the only thing I need is this output. What do I do? I put it on the green one, right? Yeah, I put it on the green one. There we go. That works. That is also ready to receive. We need more speakers apparently. What is Anya doing right now? You went back to Fulgora and you are restocking. Is that what I'm saying? It's funny. That is so funny.
Maybe you
Wait,
tell
it was
it to do it?
on Volcanus actually. So you are in Fulgora. Volcanus is far away. Go to Gleba again, please. No, that's the thing about this whole thing. What do I want is not that, not that either. Oh, the speakers, right. There's only 2. Such. So I will make some. No biggie. I just need a little bit of everything. Or I actually might have it here. Maybe not. Somewhere it is configured to be made. Yeah, here. Ooh. Sure, why not? I don't have anything for trains yet. Nope. There's only access of this for no reason. Let me throw it in here. And take that and that. Now, what are you missing? You're missing plates. I can give you some plates. Then you're missing green. Yeah, we can sort some green for you. And all the other colors. I give you something more here. So this one. What else? So this is that. Actually, it says that wire and the pin. We have some wires over here, and the pin is over there. Can you just wind down? So wire and pin. That should be it. Yep. Why is it not blue though? Question. I don't need you anymore, thank you though, for your hard work. Okay, so that is working on the speakers. Let me grab the dirt. Assuming we are still missing some dirt. My inventory does have everything else. I mean, only 160 dirt missing.
I'll be. I mean, few more minutes, hours, and it will be there.
But I also need to make this monstrous thing that requires lots of concrete. Are
We
we
do have a
concrete
process
on
for
that?
that, right?
We are concrete on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do I have some extra concrete somewhere? There is a no.
There was something that was making concrete.
There's an excess of bricks that we could find some use for when we are making concrete. But where is the iron? That works, 377. Let me just restock this. Okay, perfect. So there's that. What else do I need? I need also steel plate and copper. Give me some more steel. Yay, one. Now I need some concrete to help the other. Only a little bit needed.
I need a little bit more for all of them.
Yeah. I mean, to a degree, that is fairly simple to do. Give me this. Oh, okay. And you are full. Okay, so let me use you instead. There's a second one. Works. There we go. And also I need the offshore pump. So assuming I have all of these ingredients. I'm missing more of the pipe work. I don't need that many, but I also need the dirt for that to be able to finish. Yeah, I need to turn off the roboport, mine, roboport, and then grab some dirt. Otherwise, the robot will just place it where I don't need it right now. Oh yeah, you only working. These are. Let me. Oh yeah, I did give you the rest in there.
I'll switch to view only. I don't provide any good comments anyway. It's almost 11 anyway.
Oh.
Thank you for short
Yeah,
co-op
sorry
playing
about
time.
that. I don't know what to do with that.
It's
We'll try next
not
time
your
and
fault.
see if that helps.
It should be. But
Let's
it's something
try
weird with
if
it.
what will you start to insert? We will still insert that. Let's oh, I can actually fulfill it. Sadly, that's all I can fit, right? That's fine. So give me some of the steel. Oh, I see. Oh, we can fix that real quick. So, what's the problem over here? Oh, you need also green circuit. I forgot about that. Yeah, we can use some of those. And I have some dirt. Yay. Dirt business. Oh shit, that's all the dirt I had. And I used it on stuff that is less important. Surprise! Okay, I can leave the call before Discord is gonna start to whine about that. Like a little bitch. Anyway. How are we Steam-wise? 11,000. Okay, interesting name. Welcome back. I think it's a different version of how to say your name. Where are you going? Go back to Glebo. One way to do it, I guess. Anyway, you're just gonna fall towards Glebo, that's fine. I don't really care. Oh, I see. We're trying all the different platforms today. Should I upload the blueprint for that? Planets. So now you're making this one, and that one requires a sacrifice. Let me put that over there for now. Which was lagging. Okay. So let's finish the pump business over here. There we go. Now the pumps. There they are. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Do I have some cliff explosives? Why we are not making cliff explosives exactly? What's the... Oh, that's the problem. And this is because we don't have coal. Aha. Yeah, there is no solution for coal though. We could try to pick it up from here. There ain't any nice way to pick up the coal from here though. Vulcanus on the other hand, that's a different story. Yeah, that is true. Place down some buffer check. Maybe 3 here and maybe some of them here. Just because I can. I'm sorry, you are done with everything? Is that what you're saying? Oh. He is done. Okay. That should be plenty of speakers. And it's already screaming to be unhappy because... Huh? Are you supposed to be the opposite? Lol. Anyway, I will be saving the version of the blueprint right when I'm finished, so that's fine. Okay, now where you are connected with the grid, you are connected in multiple points. Yeah, 2 points to be exact. 2 points are getting you to the grid. We have battery at 17%. We don't have signal. We have 9,000 steam. That's our backup source right now. So why exactly we don't have anything? Oh, probably because we will just get that signal. Got it. Got it. Okie dokie. So now that I'm here, I still have those. So what's the problem exactly? Oh, yeah, that's what the problem was. I placed the dirt down and I'm like, why are you not building it? And then I was like, oh, I disabled the robots. I still have some dirt left? No is the answer. Okay. So, how are we looking at the steel and concrete evidence? And we are missing that. That's fine. We have plenty of that. And now we are missing steel again. Surprise, surprise. We turn that off. On. There's some extra steel over here. Nothing else. Such. So yeah, we are missing coal for the quick explosives sadly. I'm gonna dispose of this if I can. No, I cannot immediately dispose of it. But I can at least try. give you that access. We get this, and let me get some lights. And this and that. This is probably not needed in here. Let's go. No, that was fast. We are still missing one. We are still missing dirt. Let me see what we are missing. 7 cliff, steam, heat pipe, 14. And that doesn't include the ones that are missing because I want to make the blueprint. But that's fine. We're just gonna recycle the copper that we have excess of. Wait, we actually need more than that. I forgot about that. I need 6, 12, 24. At least 24. And then I need also more steel. And you are not working because you have no legs. Well, we can fix that real quick. Hello, thank you for the follow. I'm fine, a little bit tired, even though there is no reason to be. That's funny, huh? What about you? Alright, so I need more dirt, I'm assuming. I need more heat pipes. And steel. I need more steel. Good enough. First you go down. And second you do some steel. And maybe plates while you're at it. And that was not good. I was thinking of how much. Okay. Where are you from? Good question. Would you believe me if I would say that I lost track because this is more like a slow pacing? I'm not in a rush. I know my own flaws, if that makes sense. Okay, now I need it still for this one. So I'm slowly getting a little bit, into the different comfort zone for this. And who knows? But I would say, I don't know, hold up, I can actually check, hold up. Just give me network share. Wakey. It's probably more than a year, probably like 2 years around Twitch. And I'm also playing a little bit with Kick and YouTube when it comes to streaming. Now, when it comes to uploading other content like YouTube videos or any videos or shorts or anything like that, that means that you would have to either edit the videos yourself or have someone else for that job. So that's not something I'm doing yet at all, or any kind of like socials to begin with. What's this? Really? 2020? 2019? So I'm guess on and off I'm streaming for 5 years. So if you wanted the proper answer, it's 5 years, give or take. Okay, I don't have power poles, that's funny. Okay, so some wooden power poles. And I don't think, oh, there is some stock. Perfect. Missing steel again. Okay, I don't think I need anything more. We should be nearly finished. Can I just drop somewhere and stop what I have? And let me grab some iron for no reason. Oh, actually this one I need it. Yeah, that should do it. Drop that here, and now I can take this back, thank you. Well, recently I'm playing a lot of Factorio. Let me look. So there is Factorio, there is Genshin. What else? PUBG I was playing in past a lot. Also some VR stuff like VCAT I attended and looked, tried the different stuff from booths and so on and so forth. Let me see, initial desktop. Okay. Factorio, PUBG, Genshin again. Satisfactory is also a nice one. Timberborn is another game. Forest is kind of like a little bit horror. Subnautica, I really enjoyed Subnautica. Raft, I was playing with a friend. And then there was a different multiplayer with another friend as well. That's fine. I'm from Europe. Czech Republic is the country. It's next to Germany, Poland, Slovakia, stuff like that. Astroneer is another game. Of course, Astroneer, Satisfactory, and Factorio are kind of similar types of games. Bitburner is a very specific game, that's true. I mean, I could either show you from Discord or I could show you from Steam when it comes to the home page. So yeah, I could show you like this. Some of those that I played. There's Resonite and VR Chat, those are mainly VR games. There was also Pavlov and Onward. Those are kind of VR FPS games. I haven't played a lot of them, but I'm eager to try at some point in future. VR FPS is a little bit different ball game than any kind of like PUBG or CS:GO or stuff like that. So that's fact. That's that. Forest, I believe, also supports VR, but usually I was playing it in desktop mode. You can try to ask. Yeah. Anyway. So I need one more reactor and dirt. Ask away. Yeah. There's that. Oh, shoot, I need 1000 of this. Wow, that's crazy. That's Thank you for the offer, but my current problem is I don't even know what I want, so there is no real point in even hiring anyone for anything. I hope that answering that question one time will be sufficient. Because I had cases when people came to me with that similar question like yours, and when I answered, basically, A, I'm not looking and I don't even have an idea of what I want
55 minutes 2 seconds.
or need. They simply keep on pushing. Okay, so we can make that last reactor. Did I grab the dirt? I did grab the dirt. Oh yeah. Let's do this finishing touches, and that should pretty much be it. Okay, maybe remove those for now. And we see I didn't paste these. So all of these have water. Perfect. Great, 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 great. So now's the time when I should make the blueprint out of this. 624. Okay. Give me tag. Give me tag from over here. Gleba tag. And we set 24. 24. 24, 548, 139. That's plenty. 139. Yep. And what was the icon again? That was the reactor. Or maybe it was just A. Let me see again. Oh, steam turbine, and then the reactor next to it. Okay. So let me grab a steam turbine. There we go. Confirm. Yay! Okay, time to update the blueprint. And that's not good. I'll save the blueprint for now. I need to attend to immediate matters. Why is the power so bad? And yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I know. Give me a sec to get this off. It's slowly recovering. And the solars are going up, okay. Look at that. Yeah, I was stressing the grid recently. A bit. Okay, well, let's turn this back on. And let me throw you. I don't have. No, I don't have plates. Oh, whatever. There we go. Still have some depth, I do. See. And I'm out of dirt. Well, the power seems to have restored. For as long as we have sun at our disposal. We are burning the wood like crazy. But it hopefully will be soon over. I need only a little bit more to push this through. I mean, to a degree, I could possibly just... So, how was it to start? This was the condition. The problem with the condition is... I don't have that. And you are taking it from here, so... What I need to do is change it to this. Copy it over there. Huh? Oh, I forgot about that. Right. Let me throw that back and let me grab entire stack of spares that I have. I actually could just use that trick instead. And I didn't have to change that condition. I'm gonna fix that real quick and then we can start it up. New, this one, this. is this. Now we will possibly need to change it still, but let me pre-book this again. And let's try that one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Now, let me take one. Thank you. And now I can put back the condition. Boom. There we go. Shoot. Houston, we have a small problem about the blueprint. Hold up, hold up, hold up. No. This, new blueprint. Take this, save it. I don't have dirt even. Great, I need dirt. I need fast. Please tell me I have enough. 17. Let's not fool around with that. Great. Okay, I need more dirt. Should have finished the build, clearly. Are you joking right now? I have connected only these two, and for these I'm still missing. Five hundred, okay. There we go. That should do the trick. 500, 240, 400, 400, 300, 400, 400, 400. Why is it then so long? I'm just looking at the condition and realizing there is a major flaw. Yeah, these things are no longer producing anything. Because everything is now cold again. Hmm. Oh, we have there's no connection between them. Let me see. I want a power switch. Here, copper going through here, this going over here. And then I want red one going there. And then I want to configure that if the battery, which was this thing, or actually no, we can configure it to this thing, is below or equal to, then we will turn on the supplementary power. Now I could also put a switch over here and do the same thing as so. There we go. That way we have double connection. Not that it matters much, not for redundancy's sake. Why not? So the system is kind of primed. The only problem is the amount of steam that it has. And it currently sits at 5% of capacity. If only like... Where are you detecting how much steam it is? On these two sides. So you don't actually see what is the real state. Oh, that's hilarious. Enable disable if it's below 6K. Okay. There we go. So now it will kickstart the temp. Why are you not generating steam, or am I saying weird stuff? It is clearly generating something. Oh, that's... Our output is 103, okay. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's clearly outputting. The time is 501. 501, 103. 101, yeah. Cool. Okay, that should balance everything. Let me change that to number 3 condition. Only around the bit. And if I get to the maintenance mode on this power plant, I will adjust the blueprint. But right now, I am not in such a mode. Oh really, I consumed all of the dirt. There's still a lot of to fill. Anyway, I think that's good enough for today. Almost 3 hours. Into... I mean, not that I need more heat pipe though. I cannot use recycle the copper though. But yeah. Anyway, have a good night. And it didn't detect me. Have a good night. Oh, there was other keyboard. Anyway, that is it for today. Let's call it the obvious end. And it is really broken. What the hell? Yeah, it's ignoring me. Blah blah. I thought it was working. Apparently not. Well, sucks. Anyway. And let me go. Do I have some cliff explosives? I could really use some, but I don't have coal for that, sadly. Okay, let me fix this problem. Okay. Where was this power pole? That is already filled. That is filled. What? Oh, that's all? Okay. Okay. We have 87% of the capacity. Train cannot find that stop, that's fine. Okay, how does it look? We are going down with power. We are at stage 4. But we are getting solar back. And how is it this still? We have 11,000. That's good. So let me slowly restock this over here. And then let me go over here. And we can get rid of that. And this. There any other switch? This is the other switch. Less than 1. Huh? It should be less than or equal 1. But yeah, now we should have these. That should be 2. Yeah. And that should work as well. Very good. A nice spike of 65 megawatts for a very, very, very short time. Power output 575 watts. If only this game would actually have something like a controllable switch, that would be kind of nice. But it doesn't. Sadly. Can I get 1 stack of cliff explosives so I don't have to worry about this, or at least 2 pieces? Yeah, that will work. Okay. Let me get rid of these. Give me those 2. Okay. No. I wanted to do it manually, but whatever. Anyway. Let me end the stream.